So, if you've seen any of my builds, you know that I don't do anything small. So I wanted to do something large. This was based on a picture I saw of sort of an in the water world. So I closed off an area of this ocean. And then one of the things I discovered was that you could use sponges to get rid of some of the water. But there's a lot of water, and it takes a lot of sponges. So this is just to give you some idea of what it took. This is pretty close, I think, to the end of where I finally got all the water. First of all, building these glass walls took a long time, and of course, they're glass, which is hard to see underwater. So there were lots of holes where water was coming in, and then lots of places where the water was actually sourced from. Um, so even once I got the entire space completely sealed, getting rid of the water was a huge challenge. I tried lots of different methods, including using lava to turn it to obsidian and things like that. But then I discovered you just have to break out the blocks anyway. So putting in sponges worked, but it took a lot of time to find all the sources. And some of it was just kind of random. You can see here's the other side where I've cleared out most of the sponges, because once the water's gone, you can get rid of the sponges and the water doesn't come back, which is nice. So this is what it looks like, kind of cleaned out. And then this is the beginning of the structure. I wanted to build something like an underwater living space. So there's, see, there he goes. That gets rid of the water. That last little puddle there. And then I had to clean out all of the sponges that are there. So those all had to be broken. This gives you some idea of the scale I was working at to try to build this underwater retreat. And this is just going to move on to another clip to give you a tour of the mostly empty space. Now this is once I've gotten rid of the sponges. Okay, you can see what it looks like now that all the water is gone. I have this very big empty space. The lava, I decided to keep that lava sort of pillar there, and I enclosed the whole thing in glass so that when I put the water back in, it will still be there, and it won't get turned to obsidian. And here's a view of the work in progress. So this will be the entrance, kind of the airlock area here where you would come in. And the first area, there's a couple different ways you can go. The first thing I'll show you is sort of the observation deck here, where you have a glass tunnel effectively, where you could look down, and you wouldn't be able to see all of this because a lot of this space, when I'm done, will be filled back in with water. I've taken all the water out, but I'm going to put it back. And that fill command that we learned the other night will definitely come in handy when it comes time to put the water back in. Just have to be careful that I don't fill the water in to places I've built things. So moving back up, there's this stone staircases. There's a couple different ways you can go. And the first way I'm going to take you down, actually I'll go down the other way first, will be this glass staircase. And on the sides here, you can see one side has got water now, the other side will have water eventually. So this will, and above will also be water. So this will be totally enclosed in water. Goes down to the bottom of the area. Okay, and then that will be connected to the other pathways that I'm going to show you next. So going back up to the top, we come down the stone staircase, and again, the walls to either side will be finished in, and then water will be on the other side. Then we'll have, so that'll all be water there, and then this will be the glass bridge that will cross to get to the lava pillar, which goes from the sky down to the base of this area, and it's now it's enclosed in glass, and then I've surrounded that with a glass spiral staircase leading down to the bottom of the lava pillar, and then that is connected This again will be water in here, except for the tunnel that leads from the glass staircase. This will all be filled in with water, and then we go up the brick stairs. Water will be there, leading all the way up to this house. Now this house will actually be surrounded by water. So there's going to be an envelope of air, but you can see up here where I've started to fill in where this glass is going across the top. So there'll be water on 3 sides and also above, but the front of the house will be in the air, and the front part of the roof will be in the air. So we can go in. I'll have to fix that door. These windows will have water on the outside, and there'll be sea creatures floating by. This would be the bedroom area, surrounded on 3 sides by water. And then we can move out to this other side, which will be in the air, and we have sort of a little beach and a little pond. Again, above and around will be water, but this area is open. And then there's one more area to show you, which I'll connect to this glass bridge. We go in here, and we have what will be an underwater arboretum, just one tree at the moment, which hasn't really grown yet, with a little water feature, and this will all be water above and beyond. And then on the side, we will have an underwater waterfall. So this glass sort of zigzag shape here will have water above, and there'll be water on the sides, but this grass staircase follows the waterfall down to the bottom, and then we have this underwater waterfall and river. You can see where the water is coming in the sides there, and so we'll take you up just to give you a picture. There's the house, the airlock, the glass bridge. There's the underwater waterfall with the grass staircase, and the brick house in the distance with the lava pillar. And just take it up again to give you the overhead view, where you can see this whole thing will be surrounded by water, and some of those outer glass walls will be broken down. So there you go. There's my big epic underwater build.